The clearer our minds are working, the better we are going to function and perform in quite literally every single area of our life. If we are just 5% better during every decision and action that we do on a daily basis, our whole entire lives will drastically improve in less than 6 months. What's up guys, I'm Will with thewillgrant.com, and in this video I'm going to give you 5 easy, simple steps of how you can clear and get rid of your brain fog. So the first thing that we have to talk about if we're going to be going over brain fog that I know we don't like to hear, and that's diet. Our diet plays a huge factor in how well not only our bodies but our minds are going to function. The more toxins and junk food that we're taking in, the less our brains are going to be able to perform and the more brain fog that we're going to have. That is why it's so important that we want to be fueling our bodies with some of the best nourishing foods that we can get, and that's what's going to help not only clear the inflammation and that fog in our brain, but it's going to help actually get our whole minds and bodies just working and functioning at a much higher percentage. As we lower the toxins that we consume and increase the proper good nourishment that we take in, the better our minds and bodies are going to work. So we want to make sure that we're taking in nice nourishing foods that's going to help nourish and fuel our brains. Good foods like avocados, turmeric, celery, greens. Most fruits and most vegetables are going to be good not only for our bodies but for our minds as well. And it can be pretty difficult to eat all these fruits and vegetables, so what I like to do is what I call a super smoothie. And I actually have a few other videos on that. I'll leave a link in the description below and a tag up here. But essentially all a super smoothie is where I put in as much nourishment and fruits and vegetables as I can possibly fit into one blender, and that's what's just going to help nourish my whole entire body for the day. So if you struggle taking in those good nourishing foods, if it's for taste or time or whatever the issue may be, I highly recommend trying a super smoothie or just blending in those good nourishing foods, and that's going to help not only drain the inflammation that's stuck throughout our body and our brains, and that's what's going to clear out our minds and get rid of that brain fog, and that's going to have us functioning and thinking at our best. The number 2 tip for getting rid of that brain fog and clearing your mind, and has by far been the most effective thing that I've done to clear my own brain fog, is some sort of breathing or increasing that oxygen intake. Our brain uses 20% of the oxygen we take in, which is actually more than our muscles use. And quite literally, the more oxygen and the more we breathe, the better our brains are going to function. There are so many different types of breathing and meditation exercises, but pretty much all of them will actually increase every single one of your cognitive abilities. Not just your ability to clear your mind, but your ability to focus, pay attention, your memory, and even your concentration. Any time during the day where our brains just feel fried or just overwhelmed, we can stop and just put our minds and our focus towards our breath and increasing our inhales while letting our exhales just nice and relax and release that tension. What that's going to do is just bring us to that present moment, increase the oxygen straight into our brains. It's going to get us thinking clear and performing better. If you have chronic brain fog, meaning you kind of always have it, I highly recommend doing some sort of breathing or meditation practice every single day. Honestly, even if you don't have brain fog, having a regular practice of breathing and meditation will improve every single area of your life. The third tip that I can give you guys that's going to get rid of your brain fog and just increase your mental performance is, of course, I had to say it, is proper hydration. The more, much like oxygen, the more that we are hydrated, the better our brains are going to function and work through all activities. 75% of our brain is actually supposed to be water. So we want to be making sure that we are staying hydrated throughout the whole day if we really want our minds and bodies to perform at our best. That's why in the mornings, what I like to do is first thing I do before I even step out of bed is I have a glass of water waiting for me that I can immediately just grab as waking up and start downing that water. And that's not only going to just help me wake up smoother and quicker, but it's going to hydrate and lubricate my body and my mind to just be at its best throughout the whole entire day. And of course, throughout the day, you want to be making sure that you're just keeping and continuing to drink that water throughout the whole entire day. And that's what's going to get you at your best. The fourth thing that you definitely want to be doing to completely get rid of that brain fog is some sort of exercise. Our minds and bodies are connected and work in unison, meaning the better our bodies are functioning, the more clear our minds are going to work. Pretty much any type of exercise or something that's going to get that blood flowing throughout our whole entire body is not only going to get rid of brain fog, but it's actually going to boost our creativity and lower our levels of inflammation. Brain fog is quite literally inflammation in the brain. And inflammation is really the cause of like 99% of all diseases. So getting that inflammation out is going to be your number one go-to goal when you're trying to get rid of that brain fog. Sweating is going to give you extra bonus points when it comes to getting rid of that brain fog, because it's just going to release all those toxins and that toxic inflammation that's stuck in there. And that's what's going to get you, again, performing and thinking at your absolute best. So the fifth and final tip that I'm going to give you guys that's going to get rid of your brain fog is something the Japanese actually call forest bathing. And pretty much any activities in nature is going to not only increase your level of fresh oxygen to your brain, but it's going to increase that blood flow as well. That's going to quite literally drain out your brain fog. There's been so many new studies that are showing just time in nature is actually helping us rebalance and realign our whole entire internal chemistry that gets our brain really functioning at its most effective. And that's when our best decision making and our mental performance is going to happen. So the more, it doesn't have to be every single day, but even if you can get out once a week and go for a hike or a run in some park, or even going to the beach and a nice swim, that is going to do amazing things for just your mental clarity and your ability to make your best decisions. Alright guys, I really hope this video helped in some way. If it did, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up and think about sharing this video with someone that you know would like or would benefit from this video. Because remember, the clearer that all of our minds are working, the better this world and the better all of our lives would be. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave those in the comments below, and I'll do my best to take my time and answer as many as I possibly can, if not all. If you haven't seen my website lately, I highly recommend it to check that out at www.thewillgrant.com.